At a certain simple rate of interest, a given sum amounts to 13,920 in 3 years and to 18,960 in 6 years and 6 months. If the given sum had been invested for 2 years at the same rate as before but with interest compounded every 6 months, then the total interest earned in rupees would have been nearest to. Four options are given as usual. So this is simple interest and compound interest, and both the concepts have been used. So first, the amount was let amount was given on simple interest, and it becomes 13,920 after 3 years. So 13,920 is principal plus simple interest earned after 3 years, right? And the same amount, the same investment was continued, and after 6 years and 6 months, the same amount becomes 18,960. So the difference between, like, 3 years interest and difference between uh, these 2 points, like 3 years and 6 years 6 months, it will be we can just we can just calculate that and then figure out the person, right? Because simple interest, it will be same interest that will be earned in every year, right? Every year there will be the amount will increase with amount will increase equally, right? Right. If and second in second scenario, the same amount had been invested for 2 years. Interest rate is same, but the now it will be compound interest and it will be compounded every 6 months. So whatever rate we will found, half the rate will be applied in compound interest. I believe most of you must know this. So let's just figure out the difference. Principal plus interest after 6.5 years is 18,960, and principal plus interest after 3 years is 13,920. So this difference comes out to be 5,040. So in 3.5 years, it is the interest is 5040. So when we divide 5040 by 3.5, so the annual interest earned is 1440. Right? Find out the now we can find out principal as well. Right? If the interest is growing at the rate of at the rate 1440 every year, so in 3 years it would have been grown by 1440 into 3. So principal will be the the amount it became after 3 years, that is 13,920 minus 1440 multiplied by 3. We are just deducting 3 years interest from the amount, and we'll be able to find out the principal. Right? So the principal would be 9600 rupees. Now we can calculate percentage as well. Right? What sort of interest rate was there? So 1400 upon principal, that is 9,600 into 100. The principal will be 15%. Now 15% is the interest rate, and at the same interest rate, it will be the we will let amount we will lend on compound interest, right? So formula for compound interest is amount is equal to P, that is principal, and in bracket it will be 1 plus R upon 100, and the whole bracket power will be N. So N is the number of times it is compounded. R is rate of interest. But since it is compounding half yearly, like every 6 months, so the rate of interest will be half, like 50, it is 15. So this time it will be half of 15, so it will be 7.5, right? And N will be 4, principal is 9,600. Now, simply we have to put this in formula, and there is a simple way to remember this formula. So amount you are figuring out amount, right? So P is like your principal, and in bracket is 1. So when you multiply P by 1, it will be P again. and then P into R upon 100 and to the power 9. And so you can remember it this way. So accordingly, we'll just um, put this numbers in this formula. I'm not getting into the calculation, but then when you solve this, the interest will be 3220, and that's your answer. 3220, which is nearest to 3221. So that's your answer.